Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Broken Lords on Endless. So I've rolled it back a couple of turns. We're going to try to recover from my complete and utter failure to manipulate my troops correctly. And I got a little frustrated yesterday with it. And was I was a little salty. I apologize. I have not read the comments on the last video yet. I bet that I have been taken to task for that a little bit, and yeah, fair enough. It's bad form. But we're going to try to do a better job today. It was my fault. I gave orders that led to the way the troops moved. Could have given better orders. Had I been thinking about it a little more carefully, I'm sure there's a way to do it. So I rolled it back. We have attacked the Guardian this turn. It retreated. And then we're about to attack. We're about to end the turn. Obviously, I didn't want to start the game on a fresh turn because then as soon as the thing loaded up, I'd be racing to do stuff. So, we have a couple of things to consider. We do not want to get attacked by feeds on bones in a way that will allow the garrison at Imosi to participate in the battle. That means we have to be pretty careful. This attack is perfectly safe, but if we do this, we have to be ready to move away or to just like move left. If we move left, then feeds on bones I don't think has an angle to attack us from that will include this tile. Because right now, what is it? It's the column you're attacking in plus 1, 2, 3, 4 columns to the side. So if he attacks here, the space goes out 1, 2, 3, 4, and actually hits these. So from here it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, depending on how exactly it's shaped, it actually might still include Imosi if he attacked from here. Oh, he can't. He can't. There's a cliff. So yeah, this is totally safe then. Okay, so we're going to end turn, and then we're going to attack his guy here. Oh, I spent our dust slightly differently. I should mention that. Let's get this attack initiated, and then we'll talk about. Instead of buying population anywhere, what I did was I rushed construction of the refinery here and here, which I had done previously, but also here. I spent the rest of it rushing Gimail's refinery. So I didn't gain any population on that turn, but I did get a third refinery, putting us up to plus 415. I don't think there's any place left for me to build sewers, right? The next approval bump is going to come from me going back for... let's pick up dust filtration. The next approval bump is going to come from me going back for Central Market, I think. Let's try to get right away going. We want every possible city producing trade. Trade routes are good. I'll figure out what I want to do with this city in a second when I see how the battles end. Okay. So I expect this to go pretty much like last time. He's not going to bring in his reinforcements probably. We're going to completely rout his guy here. Yeah, again, I want to stand my hero in a place where she's not going to get attacked on the first turn, because the worst thing that could happen to us, I think, is hero mind control. Her damage is better than everybody else's. Well, actually, they're about the same. Man, we need levels. This 78 damage is rough. It's a rough way to run around. Oh, he didn't hit the first turn mind control. So this is going to work out better than last time worked out, actually. Oof. That hurts. We're probably still losing a guy, huh? There's probably not a lot we can do about that. Yeah, but this way we don't have a second unit taking damage from fighting with the mind-controlled guy. It's still possible that he could inflict mind control. Oh no, he's started to heal himself. He's completely given up on life, basically. Okay, well. So now we want to get out of this screen as quickly as possible, and nope, it didn't let me move. I clicked, but it had committed me already. So I think, actually, we're still going to lose this army if we pursue this course. This is going to go only very slightly differently than last time. Alright, well, let's position ourselves a little bit better, and not lose troops to... it didn't draw the... Hold on. There we go. It hadn't drawn in the boundaries of the battle or the starting zones, so I didn't actually know where we were able to place. Okay. Alright, so let's try to fight him in a different way, in a better way. Let's bring the fight back over to here. Because remember, obstructed spaces like this can be used as cover. One-way obstructions, like the... Sorry, a cliff is not a one-way obstruction, but obstructions that don't take up a space are actually totally to his benefit because necro drones can ignore them. So we probably want to try to fight away from them where possible. Okay, so this guy's got 4 move. He's probably going to go 1-2-1-2. This guy's got 3 move, and he'll move to here or here or here. And then this guy's also got 3 move. If he wants to get maximum damage out of this first turn, the Necrodrone moves to here or here. Hero moves to here. Wait, did he not bring in his reinforcements this time? I wonder why. We have, like I said, we have slightly more health this time than we had last time. Yeah, this makes sense. So this way... Oh! He didn't move his hero into fighting position. Okay, he just chose not to get an attack off of his hero this turn. That's strange. Oh, except my units will go and initiate the attack for him. Isn't that polite of them? Yeah, we had slightly more health for this fight, so I wonder if that's led to the different play on his part, but that's bizarre. Alright, get him? Yeah, get a little bit of healing. Okay, so we care a lot more about the Berdeki than we care about the hero. Especially since obviously the hero won't actually die if the Berdeki doesn't die anyway. Alright, we don't need everybody to attack it. And in fact, not everybody will be able to. Alright, I appreciate his Berdeki choosing to spend its turn going after a unit that has Cavalry Slayer. Makes my life a lot easier. Damn disease. Come on, kill him. Aw. Weird play. Alright, well this will be good XP for us at least. And good XP of course means good dust. 463. All we lost was a militia. Yeah, I don't understand what caused him to not bring in his reinforcements from the city. He can't have thought that that army was going to be successful by itself. And if he wasn't going to bring in the reinforcements, why did he attack? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with them. So, why don't we go ahead and swap the design for the stalwart? Just real quick. Just for a turn here. Please build me a stalwart. It's going to be not that expensive to heal, actually. Actually, I can probably queue up 2 of those, right? No. It actually is It's actually only 5.4, but this is probably 5.0. It's actually like exactly 5 resource. So we may as well swap the design back at this point so that we can do retrofitting. And this way, this guy will be in the same upgrade path as all the rest of them, and when we get to the next tier of weapons, it'll be a single upgrade action to bring them all up to speed. Okay, so we have a ton of money now. We have access to a couple of heroes. How many cities do we have ungoverned? 3? 2. Alright, well I think Duke Unwin Weybridge is a winner. Leofric Whitechapel doesn't have any relevant army or relevant capabilities for boosting our city output, but he is a Broken Lord, and that does mean that he gets to rock the Quivering Circlet at least. So I'm going to put in Eopoly, I'm going to put in the fighter. Again, this is a purely defensive measure. Okay, and then the Quakic can have the more economically focused. Alright. That's very, very good for us, and we still have a bunch of money with which to buy population. So here we go. This is the point that I was trying to get to in all of the other games. Once you have the XP to dust conversion, it is so easy to power your empire through violence. Now, I still am not sanguine about our chances of taking out Emosi. So what do we want to do here? Out of curiosity, is Purple feeling any different about going to truce? No, he's still not interested. That's fine. I mean, we have his city. He's angry about that. His army strength is probably higher than ours. That's this like totally abstract measure. Yeah, quite a bit. That's fine. We have to push on. We're not ready to fight him yet. We need 2 armies of modern equipped troops. It'll help a lot once we reach the next era too, because dust armor is so much better than iron armor. 3 techs. Alright, well 3 turns off of Imperial coinage, which will be great for us as well. And I'm pretty happy with how everything is going right at this moment. Right of way in Neapoly is going to make me feel a lot better, because it'll be so much easier to move troops along the front then. Maybe we should fall back and grab this supply of pearls. Okay, that doesn't affect us. Ooh, dust water. I'd love to go pillage that if it wasn't so far away from Kajdor. Alright, so... oh, hold on. Let's pop this guy out. Over to here. And we have enough resources to bring up one of the Stalwart 4s. Alright, so we only have one more guy to retrofit before this army at least is at full modernity. Also, we should take Real Kata and slot that improved movement talisman, because at this point all of the troops have it and she is slowing the army down. Or sorry, this guy still doesn't. I guess... oh no, sorry, the whole army. Just wait here where we're in range to run in either direction. So I probably want to build my dust transmuter in the capital, since the capital is the largest city and it's likely probably to stay that way. But it's doing something right now. Kajnor could build Kikators and just like have troops ready to be retrofitted, but maybe we should focus on expansion first. Let's try to get this city leveled up. Oh, we probably don't need to keep these guys on industry or on influence right now. Once Kalal has the Titan Bones extractor up, we definitely want to get a dust depository, and then we want to move people back to dust. How much does it cost to rush one of these? 1618. Okay. Obviously, combat would be a boon to us, but we have to be careful. Purple's troops are better than ours. We have to try to engage in situations where we have a tactical lead. Alright, we have access to the whole marketplace now. This is important. Oh, hold up. Okay, he's being a little sneaky over here. Let's make sure that we have some reasonable gear on. Once the adamantine extractor is up, apparently we're going to need to put up some defenses. Yeah, you don't buy it out. Yeah, I don't know what is going on here. How upgraded is this hero? Not very. So how much of the various resources are available? People have not been selling stuff. Yeah, this is unfortunate. There are some stockpiles. I prefer not to pay for stockpiles while they're still so ineffective. We really want stockpile tech before we go paying for stockpiles. Alright, so what do we want to pick up now? We could go back and get dust bishops. Part of the problem that we're having is that all of our troops are melee. It's actually a pretty good idea. But do I want to do it before Central Markets? No, I'm going to get Central Market. It would be nice if we could keep our Empire fervent. That's a big benefit. Alright, we have a number of basic buildings still to construct in this city. It's been making dust all game, you know, it's, I don't really want to fall back. How much would it cost to buy, like, 2 Palladium? 140? Ugh. Alright. Because this allows me to put the retrofit on this guy. And then we have full movement speed. We can respond to this thing and still make it back to the front in a single turn. Hopefully. Alright, let's see what he does with this army on his next turn. We probably want to get shipyard tech. Just that it's not awkward to move around to Quakic. Alright, somebody built the Alchemic Institute. Because, like, this is really awkward, right? It takes us more than a full turn of movement to get from this space to this space. Alright, let's go grab some pearls. And be over here in a position where we can respond. We've just really got to get our resources. It is hurting us that we have so little access to strategics. Okay, we're starting to get into the good skills on our army commander there. Alright, so we have both of the, we have one blood crystal extractor and one titan bone extractor up. Unfortunately, it's going to take a long time for those to work. Although the extractors here will benefit from Martin Ildan de Saluzzo's mining authority. It's not just strategics. It works for your luxury extractors as well. So we actually will be getting blood crystals at quite a clip, even before we build the extractors into Quakik. Alright, Iapoli has proper roads now. That's going to help a lot with our defense. We can build another stalwart. Is he moving in an army from the east at all? He's not. Alright, I'm gonna do this. And if he doesn't jump in the water, we'll bomb rush him at the start of the turn. He'll retreat, I'm sure, but he moved the hero off. Maybe we don't have to worry about this anymore, actually. Oh, that's right. We do have to... It'd probably be a good idea for us to pacify the village here. I have too many things I need to do and not enough bodies with which to do it. Alright, well, let's get that done. Alright, so I guess we're just buying population, right? Kajnor is going to need more population to be able to build out as many boroughs as it needs. And what we need to do is pick up we need to pick up the Abbey of Anomalies for right here, because that is a district that does not require population. Actually, we could just buy these dudes off, probably. This minor faction village. That's probably a better use of our time than fighting it, because we're going to have our action point committed this turn. Obviously, he retreats. We get 156 dust from it, and then he moves, allowing us to... wow, 410. That's more than I thought it was going to be. He's pillaging our extractor. Okay, well, that'll get resolved soon. Blues run around with fire ships. The thing is, I need my action point next turn to attack these guys. To stop the harassment. I guess I could split the army next turn. Have some of them fight the Silix and the others finish this guy off, because it's not going to take very many, right? I can't believe we're at 0 points of movement left. We didn't really travel that far. I guess it's forest without real roads. Alright, the Quakik could really use some real roads. Alright, remember, each point of population in a city is successively more expensive, so it is most efficient for us to population our cities up all at roughly the same level. Yeah, let's just kill this guy and worry about the Silix later. Because I don't want him to get away. He can't retreat while he's extracting, but if we try to, or while he's pillaging, but if we try to move people around and then attack him, we'll give him time to react. And I want this over with. So we got things to do. Come on. I appreciate the free dust, though. If he had fought us on the first attack, we would have gotten less dust out of it. So, it's nice of him to do that. I think we can afford to wait until next turn and fight it. I'm thinking Weighbridge could use the XP. It's probably worth doing. Even though this does leave our front exposed a little bit, I'm not too worried about that. Alright, so this city really does need a little bit of love, industry-wise. Yeah, we'll just buy stuff out in this city. How much? Do I want to do that now, or do I want to wait? Once this guy's complete, I think he's actually going to run back and pearl gather for a little while. So we could really use some pearls. Yeah, let's just buy it out. So we need one more tech. It should probably be statistical methods for these two obviously great buildings. And the next era we can start leveling up our army abilities a little bit. Yeah, let's go for statistical methods. 4 turns. Alright, it may be worth buying a couple of ships just to try, like, do whatever we can to get control of a, Alright, 93 dust, that's fine. Howdy, Blue. Yep. Weighbridge gets a level. More dust from dust. The sooner we can get him to extra resource gathering, the better. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Purple's busy. I have to imagine if they weren't busy with Blue, they'd be fighting us a little bit more often. So what's this going to take? Alright. So we want to build an Abbey of Anomalies on top of this anomaly, which gives a bunch of dust. It would be better to build it here, obviously. But we kind of need it for the triangle. I guess we don't have to triangle at all, do we? We could build it here and just do a stick-shaped city, although it's going to run into a little bit of a snag. But a stick-shaped city of length 4 has 4 level 1 districts and 4 level 2s, whereas the triangle has 3 level 1s and 3 level 2s. It's a gutsy move. And it would mean that we don't have any level 2 districts right away, whereas this levels this up. But this is a better long-term move. Alright, let's go for it. It means that that city won't be functioning at really high effectiveness for a little while longer. Alright, we're rushing some stuff just because I want to try to get our Empire effectiveness up as high as possible. Building it here doesn't do anything. Looks like this city might be switching to dust output for a while, so let's build that. Okay. Yeah, so now we can see Blue's position on the scoreboard. Alright, Blue's actually doing a little bit worse than Purple. Purple's military strength jumped up pretty tremendously sometime in the last, like, 6 or 7 turns. I wonder what happened there. The game tremendously overvalues Guardians. It might be that he built a Guardian or two. If that's the case, obviously I'm less than concerned. The Rock Guardian is dangerous and the Water Guardian is dangerous. I don't think the Air Guardian is as scary as those two. And the Dust Guardian obviously has some serious effectiveness issues. You know what? We can grab these pearls without moving away from the front now that we have proper roads and movement speed. We actually might want to take a peek at what this city is and see if we can safely pillage that. I'm pretty happy with this. Oh, I should have been paying attention. We could definitely have pulled this off. Well, this is still fine for now. Alright, starting on the dust depository over here. Yeah, we're not getting pressured at all. I'm not sure what's happening. I would expect purple to want to fight us more. Alright, we're receiving a victory warning. Red apparently is going nuts. Alright, let's see what this is. He's got a single proliferator, but it's backed up by 2 garrisons worth of troops. Okay, well obviously I would prefer if this didn't happen. There's no way I'm gonna fight this thing without pulling both of these garrisons, though. This is actually pretty clever. We could go after it with the intention of just rushing forward, because it doesn't have much health or defense. We might be able to pin it against the reinforcement slots and then just kill his guys as they come in, maybe. We should get spies. Are there forgotten heroes? No. There's a roving clan hero. They have spying 3. I'm just thinking that we'd be in a much safer place if we had some idea what he was packing, and then we could also use the spy to, like, strongly damage his army's morale when it's time for critical battles. I really wish there was a Forgotten spy. Forgottens are so much better at spying than everybody else. We'll take this, though. Alright, so we're going to go up the middle tree with Allegra Mordicant. We're looking for this. This is the important skill. Plus 5 infiltration points per turn is significant. Alright, so let's have a look at this city. Units are mostly out of date. We know that that's not the case with the Mosi's garrison. Well, we don't have to respond to this right now. It's going to take it several turns to actually pull off the pillage. Now we can swing over to here. I don't want to come down for this one. This is going to take me too far out of the way. But we can be back at the front next turn. Alright, so Nquakik's about to finish what it's doing. Do I want to try this? Do I want to attack this guy? He can't retreat because he's pillaging. So the question is, do I think I will survive the ensuing battle? It's a risk. If we go after him and he does bring in the reinforcements and we don't manage to pin them against the back wall, there's no reason for these guys not to say 7 on them. It's just a little easier for me to look at and know that these are all the same. If we don't manage to pin him against the back wall, and my concern is that his units all have higher initiative than ours do, then we actually could lose this fight. I'm going to go for it, though. I think if he does choose to bring in the reinforcements, this might be really good for us. Oh, he did retreat. I thought you couldn't retreat while sieging. Well, we got 200 dust for that. Or sorry, I thought you couldn't retreat while pillaging. You definitely can't retreat while sieging. I thought one of my armies got caught by that. I guess not. I guess that's not the case. Weird. Alright, so we're going to do it again, obviously. Alright, plus 15% dust on our cities, yeah. We have a single source of Hyperium and no luxuries. Alright, so what do we want to pick up first? Let's probably just army tech, right? Yeah. Alright, another 200 dust for free. And he's buzzing off. And because I'm feeling cheeky, we're going to grab this ruin. There wasn't even anything in it. Well, two can play this game. Alright, so this will be a little bit of dust for us. That'll be nice. Pocket needs to build one of these. We need to buy 2 population in the city before we can put up the next borough, and I think that actually is a high priority. So it looks like Purple's actually getting squeezed pretty hard. The reason Purple hasn't been fighting us is that they're probably at war with both Blue and Red, is my guess. They don't know Red, really. They're losing to Blue, though, pretty badly. Because Blue is triumphant to them. Although Blue has not managed to make much progress since taking this, it looks like. And we have no idea what the eastern part of the war looks like. It's hard to say. Alright, so what do I think I want to hold on to this dust. Use it to make sure we buy the citizen next turn. Yeah, I'm pretty annoyed about the strategic situation, but I'm not surprised. The strategic resources or the last tier of strategics are usually spread pretty thin over the map. Alright, we should try to get some boats out at some point here. I mean, like, what's the cost? What's the cost to just make a scouting boat? Oh, did I not research any boat designs? I did. Well, I don't think I want to spend the time right now, right? The odds of this boat doing anything of value are so low. But we should at least know what the ocean looks like. And we're just getting the fastest ships we can. Alright, I think it will probably be to our benefit to, at the very least, the boat will be able to search sea ruins, and maybe we'll get something cool out of them. Alright, back to Kajnor. This is probably unpillaged by now, so we'll send our army down here to do that next. There's no way he hasn't met Red. Red has a watchtower right there. Oh, I can't tell if he's met Red because I haven't met Red is what it is. Yep, that makes sense. That adds up. Okay, so we'll buy this guy out, and... Okay, so when we finish this borough streets, it will level 2 of these districts up immediately. We need to get back to building units. Alright, we're going to retrofit our boarding vessel with a hydrofoil to make it faster, I think. Actually, I should... Hold on. At the beginning of the turn, I should be paying attention to the map. Just in case. Okay, so Lenfell has a lot of population, not a lot of troops. We are not finding anything ever in any ruins. We could try to threaten him. We might be able to take Lenfell. Because we know Rondaria's army is nothing special. Hey, we found something. That's a shitty quest to get at this point in the game. Well... So no, we didn't find anything. That may as well have been empty. Yeah, we gotta be a little concerned about Red. So, out of curiosity, Purple losing this other war. Nope, hasn't changed their opinion toward us at all. Okay, well, we'll be able to, like I said, use a spy to help us out a little bit in this war. Still want to threaten Lenfeld through 460 points of fortification. Seems unrealistic. Maybe we just head back. We can go pillage their adamantine extractor and stuff. Alright, -3 food on food anomalies, +3 terrain or industry on industry anomalies is great for us. That's totally awesome. We do need to expand our cities a little bit. So in this region, we could expand out onto this thing. Build an anomaly here. An abbey of anomalies here. It's definitely time that we finished building out this city as well. It's probably pretty far past time. Okay, we can... nope, we cannot quite afford to rush that. Well, we can just buy population in places. Wow, we are lacking science buildings in a lot of our cities. I got a little distracted by the war, you know. All right. So anyway, now that we're sure that we're not going to be attacked immediately, let's throw a hydrofoil on this guy. Right. This is 1 extra point of movement. Yeah. And I suppose we may as well throw the Fomorian Slayer thing on him. It increases the production cost by 50, but at this point it's a negligible amount of dust. And it's not impossible that he could end up beating a single... Stupid ice. We don't have access to the water right now. Well, that's annoying. Alright, so yeah, Purple's not really in a position to attack us, but they have enough troops that are strong enough that it's tricky for us to attack them cleanly. Alright, Whitechapel is supposed to be a commander. He came with a skill point already spent. Or is supposed to be a governor. Alright, +1 range on our Dust Bishops that we will totally build. I swear to you. Probably wouldn't take too long to research that. Alright, I think I want to pillage it from here, because this'll make it harder for attackers to include Emosi's garrison in the fight if they want to stop us. Alright, we're getting good levels. Sorry. I didn't want to keep walking up the thing. I don't think Allegra's going to do anything interesting at level 2. When we get higher up, she'll have some interesting tasks to perform. She'll be able to actually help us. Alright, Kalal needs to build. Actually, which... No, I definitely want to do it on this anomaly. We can just triangle, you know, wherever. Alright, just keep building stuff. Once Kajnor has finished this borough, it's going to refocus on troops for a little while. Let's build a second army, let's get a second governor. Oh, I'm not spending all my dust every turn. It's important to remember to do that. Way more important with these guys than with most. So let's level the cities up roughly equally. I think we just barely don't have enough. Yeah. Kajanor has a couple of level 2 what do you call it? Actually, this is totally worth building. Alright, a couple of level 2 districts now. It's good for them. And this puts the city to fervent? Yeah. Okay, we're bringing these in fast enough at this point that we can use them, and now we can keep our empire fervent basically all the time, which obviously is huge. What do I get from building outward? I guess I could eventually reach down to this. We get some river spaces, maybe. Oh, I still haven't built my transmuter. I need to do that. Okay, well, for now, I think it does make sense to expand. Capital needs this. Kalal needs a citizen. Yeah, we have to get... We want to get up to like 16 troops so that we can have 2 armies of 8. We want them each to have actual commanders. It's going to be a lot of resources. Fortunately, we can keep pillaging from this guy, because he's not going to do anything to stop us, apparently. Let's see, necro drones. Alright, what is... Did he run? Oh no, we lost vision of him. For some reason. Okay, now he bailed. He knows what's up. So brigade system gave us all plus 20% defense. Oh, I need to retrofit these guys with new armor. That's right. We moved up to a new tier of armor. Dust armor is significantly better than iron armor. The difference between tier 3 iron and tier 1 dust is way bigger than the difference between like tier 2 iron and tier 3 iron. Okay, so that's going to be 433. That's fine. We're going to end up with 2... Well, I guess we could use Adamantian for dust bishops, maybe? Maybe that's how we end up doing this. Okay, we can't explore the sea until winter ends because of the ice shelf. I'm hoping we can find at least a couple of cool things. So do I just want to, like, threaten them a lot? Oh, they started up again. Oh, they want to do this. Alright, well... I think this is okay. If they bring in all of their reinforcements, like we have to push hard to their reinforcement spaces. To the point where I'm not even sure that we want to start over here. I think we maybe want to start in a position where we can do that, where we can get aggressive on their reinforcement spaces. Because the more units of theirs that we're able to lock in place over there, the better it's going to be for us. These guys only have 3 moves. They don't get to determine anything. Okay. And the fact that they're not going to do it means that we can change our focus. So it turns out everybody actually cares about this guy. This is a little bit less than ideal, but I'm not too worried about it. This guy has 148 damage, so I think we're probably going to lose at least 1 unit. Yeah, I don't think there's any way out of this without somebody dying. Or, of course, his very first attack is damage and a half. Alright, unfortunately, due to the way the bottleneck works, we're going to have to, Oh. Really just wants our hero. We have to flank around behind it. He actually managed to do this in such a way that I think he's not going to get a kill. So, pretty weird attack, pretty poorly played. Yeah, I get that killing blow. Soul siphon. Or soul leech, rather. Okay. Well, 300 free dust. Do I want to spend... Yeah, it's probably worth spending it just to realign these guys, because the future upgrades are gonna... We're gonna want everybody on the same page here. It's a little awkward, because the one guy has a weapon currently made of a different material. I'm gonna change him over to the Palladian. I don't think we're not nearly as strained as we used to be, though. So what do we pillage now? We may as well keep up the economic pressure, right? Like, even if we're not fighting and taking cities, we can keep making dust off of him. I almost want to move her over to Lenfell just to see, because if Lenfell has a bad garrison, Lenfell's harder for them to defend, and it has dust water, which is incredibly good for us. You know what, let's head over there. Let's go see what Lenfell looks like. Alright, so everybody's doing stuff that I'm happy with. Can Kalal afford to build another borough? It can. Let's start getting some leveled up, what do you call it? Leveled up boroughs here. Unfortunately, this is the city center, so we can't actually see the city's name tag from here. Do I want to spend the influence to move her over? Security of the city is 40%, so we're pretty likely to get away. Anything other than disabled is good. We could just drop the population of this city. We could damage its production. I'm just looking for something to do on the way out. We have to be a little careful. We're spending a lot of influence here, so we have to make sure that we move people around appropriately for making sure we have the Empire plan that we want. Maybe it's better not to do one of these things, just because the output of those things is going to be pretty not awesome, but the influence cost may not be worth it. Right, because we're about to spend 70 just moving her over. Then we're talking about 8 turns of income from 300 gets us just about back to 480. Yeah, I'm not going to spend the extra influence. I know it sucks, but her time was wasted. It just was. Oh, this city has a really weak garrison. That forager is a little scary, though. That forager is scary enough that we can't attack the city without sieging it first, which sucks. Oh, you guys need to be wearing that new armor. Iapoli, you're already fervent. How long does it take you to build troops? Okay. We can do that. Actually, I'm going to run these 2 stalwarts out. Because in 2 turns, they're going to be able to merge into this army. You can swing through here and grab these pearls. So yeah, we'll put this city under siege, and we'll see what happens as far as defenders. We'll do it right here. We're doing it here instead of here, because again, I'm just trying to avoid including the garrisons of multiple cities in the attack. Alright, influence gains related to alliances. Pretty much meaningless. So this, I'm assuming, would be very expensive. We might want to actually save up to buy this out, though. Like, it's a pretty good amount of dust. It's going to be plus 10 dust on each tile that has dust in this city, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are 14 tiles, so it'll be plus 140 dust per turn. It'll take a little while to pay for itself, that's for sure. Maybe I'd be better off just buying population here to try to shorten the build time. Yeah, let's buy a little bit of population there, and also in Iapoli, I think. And somewhere else. Gmail. Gmail has a very efficient dust engine going. Oh, yes, Titan Bones. It is time. Alright, plus 50% industry in all of our cities should be very helpful. Alright, and we now have access to maximum sized armies. So let's merge these guys in and help out. Okay, we're on 51 fortification damage per turn. We're getting there. I totally think it was worth the 70 influence to see what was in this garrison, by the way. And that was actually very, very helpful. Alright, we can get a lot of blood crystals going. We don't need this many blood crystals. We probably actually have more than we need already. Like, we're way above replacement rate, right? We're spending 35 every 10 turns, but gathering 50 every 10 turns. But these could be useful for trade. And some of them we can sell to the marketplace, although demand's going to drop pretty sharply, and I don't think it will ever recover. Because it seems like the necrophage players just don't care to use the marketplace. Alright, so I actually want to build another borough in Kalal. Let's get this city developed. Allegra Mordicant is going to be a fast healer, just in case she does get caught and, you know, gently harmed. So at this point, we have a couple of river tiles. Well, we have 3 river tiles now. The tile where it pours out into the water does count as a river tile. You can see there in the bottom left. So I may just make this city kind of stick-shaped. We can carry it down along the river. But maybe there's a way to build it out so that we can grab this. Actually, yeah, if we just build here, 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 then we can build an Abbey of Anomalies and then an intensifier, and we won't be suffering any weird unhappiness, any weird approval penalties. Well, you know what else Necrotic should be doing? Actually, before we build those resources, we should get our population back. Okay, there we go. That's important. That city could have free population. Could and should. So we're going to want to start building along the river, like I said. We don't need to build onto the river. Building next to the river is sufficient. It just needs to be in exploitation range. They're shipping dudes in from somewhere. And this is another Forager 5s. These Forager 5s are pretty good units. 126 damage is pretty scary. They have a lot of defense and a lot of life. Ooh, maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we should get out of here. Well, we have 188 attack now. So we'll actually be dealing real damage to these things. Even through that high defense. Although our damage values are still low. Alright, we need to heal that as well. Let's not forget. Thanks to the Titan Bones, we're pumping out troops even faster than I had planned. We should have these guys running as soon as they're out. They should be running north because we want everybody that we can get a hold of participating in combat. It's probably time to buy the second governor or the second commander next turn. Yeah, all right. We need to take everything purple has, I think, even though their army is a little bit better than ours still. We can make some progress here. Well, actually, don't run too far. We don't want this guy to be in a position where he could be attacked. actually. Let's have these guys be together. So how expensive is a hero? Like all of our dust. Okay. Well, who's going to be our new commander? Initiative boost 2, army boost 2. That's not too bad. This one does not particularly need to be a Broken Lord. There's not really any benefit to that. So I'm just looking for people who have compelling capacities. Initiative boost 3 is fine. I don't think we're ever going to get ahead on initiative, though. Health boost 2 is cool. It might be worth having a support hero. Are you good? You have initiative boost 2. You would, well, army boost 1. I'm thinking that a support hero might be nice, because support heroes very early on get the ability to add reinforcement positions to the army and make it easier for our two armies to fight together. Infantry heroes get a similar skill, but it requires a lot more levels. So, a lot higher up in the tree. Yeah, I'd like a support hero, but I don't much care for these support heroes. Army boost 1 and initiative boost 2. I think we'll take army boost 1 over initiative boost 2. They have completely identical stat lines apart from that? No. You have 20 more health, but a little bit less initiative. Well, let's do it. Okay, so we'll have to equip her next turn, because obviously we're scraping by on gold. So hold on a second. Let's have a look at what is the current winter effects. Minus 25% dust on cities. Yeah, okay, never mind. I was gonna say that maybe we don't need to get winter immunity first. Maybe we could afford to buy another level of dust trickery, but no negative effects from winter prevents that minus 25% dust thing from applying, and I think that that's probably pretty important. Alright, more troops, please. Man, the combination of us being fervent and the Titan Bones is really wonderful. Okay, they're gonna probably get this pillaged, and that's annoying, but I don't know that I care enough to do anything about it right now. I think it's more important that we are committing our guys to this fight that's about to happen here. It's going to get very serious. Alright, but I think we're going to have to end the video here for today, so come back next time. We're making some good progress here. We have to be worried about red for sure. I'm a little concerned about the fact that so few players have been eliminated from the game. It's much easier for us to win a supremacy victory if the AIs consume each other. The fewer capitals that are left, the better. We'll have to figure out exactly how we plan to win, but the early part of this game has just been about how we were going to survive, and we seem to have pulled that off. We got a little bit lucky with purple being distracted, but we could have played safer, and next time we will know how. We could have maintained an army for longer, not attacking Emosi, and, you know. So I think that if we were to start another game under these conditions, we would be able to reliably do quite a bit better, regardless of how the randomness works out for us. So anyway, come back next time. I think it's time to finally wipe purple off the map, and we'll see you then.